Alright, so video blog number 64. I just got finished working out over at Lord's Gym, Gold's Gym or whatever in Oroville. It is, what is it? It's July 12th, 2018, around 6:35. And making this video, I've been wanting to. So kind of know what I'm going to talk about, but like between videos that's been a week or so, there's a bunch of stuff happened already. I mean, nothing like specific, but kind of just thoughts or whatever. So I've been working on some new comic book stuff, just some drawings and whatever, some art. Got the runaround for that finger thing. They didn't hire me again or whatever. They didn't want to pay me. They didn't want to let me see a doctor. So GPI and Rush and Chico were kind of gave me the runaround or whatever. So they're not hiring me back and not calling me for work. So like I said, you know, this has been going on for a few years already, where they've been whether law enforcement or whatever, the powers that be have been fucking with me, not letting me get steady work or whatever. What's messed up about the situation is that, you know, they're including, it's like all this stuff, like, okay, like I keep saying, you know, if it was my stuff, like my personal drama that they wanted to make something out of it for the last 20 years since I was a kid, you know, and make this stuff something, then we could have done that. But instead, you know, like, it's more deterring me from accomplishing my full potential as an artist and stuff. You know, just control, you know. So, and whether, you know, they keep threatening me with prison and jail and like all this stuff, as far as like, oh, you know, you did this and you did that. Most of the stuff that they actually have, like some fucking minor altercation shit, has been like fabricated or formulated or whatever, like created, you know, not something that, not the issues that they're trying to say that it's about. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, why would they focus on me more than the rest of the world, you know, like why would that happen? And you know what, it's just weird. I mean, this is why I'm making these blogs, because it's weird. It's not like cut and dry, hey, he did this and this is why we're, you know, this is the case and we're going for it. It's more like all this shit, dude, like, you know what I mean, like calling me devil and all this stuff, like trying to turn all my artwork into something that is like some weird stuff, and that's kind of why I feel weird about just letting it go without talking about it, you know what I mean? So, and it's not just like my life that's this issue, it's, you know, this what the world is going through, and you know, specifically the Mexicans and the brown people of this continent, and the white people of this continent, and, you know, just America. But really, like, this goes on to Europe. I just saw this thing about Trump and everything. You know, they're having issues over there in Europe and the European Union, and so this is like some weird happening. So, you know, and I just happen to be in California, and the other issue is all the weed thing, you know what I mean? There's been other drugs that everybody's been selling and using. This is a mankind thing. People have been doing this stuff forever. Even human trafficking and all this weird shit, you know, like there was this one weird drug where they have like these people where they like lose their like control of their limbs and all this stuff like that. So shit's getting weird in this world, man. Like, I mean, it's weird. It's been weird already, but I don't know. So, but specifically my situation is a little different. I appreciate those of you that's been checking the stuff out and you know, keeping tabs or whatever, whether it's the law enforcement or you know, people that are interested in my story in general. And because it's weird. I mean, it's almost like you could almost thank all the like Hollywood people and music people that like made shit out of my story, like, or it's just weird, you know, because it gets twisted and all this stuff, and it's weird. I don't, you know, it's weird when people were talking about you that you don't even know, you know, or like. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds so crazy that I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to even like acknowledge it openly on record because it sounds too crazy. But I have to because, you know, I've been posting or whatever, like all these TV shows and whatever. That. So I'm gonna get into that, like, because it has to do with, you know, some serious stuff, not just my drama, but, you know, the drama of whether it's gangs or military or whatever, you know, like serious stuff that has to do with, and must I say it again that I'm not in a gang. You know, I love my raza. And I know it's real for a lot of people, you know, the norteños and the sureños and the Bloods and the Crips and the whatever, you know. It's funny, you know, the white people don't have that. They just have white pride or what? Like, that's fucked up. So for the sureños and norteños or whatever, the Mexicans, like, I seem to be part of that situation for whatever reason, you know. I mean, I was born up here, but I never had to deal with that, you know. I never had to be part of that. And so, you know, I got this tattoo. I got it, you know, from my uncle, which was an artist and stuff, and like I said, it's Diego Rivera art. So I've always been repping my people, but it goes, I know, but it's at the same time it also goes farther than that, you know, where it's God's people really. And you know, that's what's funny, because over here they're trying to intimidate me with like they'll keep sending different people and different parts of drama that have been part of the story. So they'll keep sending, like, you know, I'll go to a coffee shop and they'll send like these people that are part of, like, whether it's just like some imagery or whatever, or some whatever, you know, like, and they'll send like, it's so fucked up to talk about that, or I don't even want to explain it, but they keep doing it. And you know, one of them is the gang white pride stuff. So they'll send Mexicans around in these jobs, you know, that they're like straight out of prison or whatever. Supposedly they're probably, you know, on a get out of jail free card or whatever. But they, you know, lately since I've been in Oroville, they keep sending these white pride dudes, you know, whatever, with the swastika, whatever, big fat dude and stuff, you know, just if I'm working out, and they'll send like to see how I react or whatever. The reason I know this is because they're sending all kinds of other different types of people, whether it's like, you know, it's just too weird. So I feel like I keep having to reiterate, like, not just that, but the part, you know, I know there's issues with some stuff that came to my attention. Like, one of the things, okay, so Bluebird, like, I keep explaining this stuff in my art and everything. Supposedly, and I don't know this for sure, but Bluebird is supposedly representative of of the South, Southern California or whatever. But the thing is with that is, um, it's a California, it's a hemisphere bird or part of the Americas. But I don't. My metaphor of the bluebird is used for me as a sad bird, a bird that's sad, the bluebird, that sings or whatever. And so people, I guess, somehow like put that into the place of the sureño, norteño thing. And I'm just like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel with a lot of this stuff. It's like, wow, dude, like, and so I'm thinking, like, they must know that that's not true. So they must be just fucking with me. So I wear this Batman shirt, or I wear a Captain America shirt, or I wear, what else do I have? X-Men shirt, and so it's like, these dudes want to be wearing a Superman shirt, and superheroes are popular, but it's just a little funny that when these people show up. So that's kind of just my little talk about the recent stuff and in general my art in general. So the good thing is I've been focusing on some stuff, and same thing with women. Like these guys at Marvel or at this Top Cards or whatever, they hired me to do some drawings for like some original artwork on some cards so they could send them to people or whatever. So they made me do a bunch of work, and then they only accepted half of them, but they kept them all. And so it was like 40 drawings, watercolor, full drawings and stuff. Good drawings, like of their superheroes, of Marvel superheroes that I chose. And they kind of didn't choose all the women, like all the ones that had like superhero girl women. Like, so I'm like, man, like that's stupid, like. So, but there is issues with my artwork. Like I said, I got like these, it's weird, man. Like I got these people like in my life, and the thing with all this learning of the yin and the yang and all this stuff like that is, you gotta like you kind of attract what you put out in the world. And so me talking against racism and all this stuff like that, I've attracted a lot of that opposite. Man, all these firefighters left. I wanted to talk about them, so damn it. That's actually what I'm gonna get into right now. But there's a dragonfly. So yeah, and then I've been trying to get this job at this casino, and they give me. I'm just, I'm gonna go work with my cousin over in Modesto for a couple weeks or whatever, I guess. I'm at the point where I don't trust nobody. Not just not trust nobody, but just. You just gotta see, people come through or what their agenda is, because a lot of people getting paid on my name, and that was another thing. Is like these people like in my life, like they're trying to use me as a come up to get their money or whatever. Maybe they want to be buddies with the authorities, or maybe they got busted. What I'm thinking is some people got busted and they're like, using me as a get out of jail card or whatever, a get free card, and which is a plan. Like the people that have been fucking with me they got like, it's like a chess game, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of what the metaphor is where it's 10 moves ahead, like it's kind of like this, they've been setting people up, and they manipulate the people. They've been manipulating the people around me to see if I'm a good person, first of all, but really get me in a position where they got like stupid shit on me, where they can threaten me on this stupid shit, and then fuck around with me, and then like kind of like kind of just threaten me with this other stuff but that's the thing, is like the main stuff that they're talking about is something that I can actually talk about, but they got this other, you know what I mean, like all this stuff, and it's like, man, and then they want to use a metaphor of like shit, like my shit or whatever, because I did this art thing, and these guys went through all my video and through everything, like, and they went because I had all these videos that I was doing throughout Chico and San Fran, that just documenting my art and trying to get to the point where I can actually make some cool movie stuff. But I never, I got stopped on the way trying to get that done, which has already been like forever. So it's kind of disheartening, but at the same time, I'm still creating. That's my personal fight. What was it? So, oh yeah. So the metaphor is crap shit, whatever. So they're like, oh, toilet paper or whatever, like, and then so I was doing this video, and I forgot the guy's name, Vincent something. There was this artist, this video artist, and then I was learning about an art school or whatever, and did some weird shit, but like I started understanding it, and I was like, okay, like I kind of, this was before like I really even like thought about like what was on the internet, like, so this is, this was kind of wild, or not wild, but little artsy, little, kind of pushing boundaries or whatever. But so yeah, so I don't know, fucking I wanted to share it. I still do want to share it, but my video camera's fucked up. I don't know what the issue is, if they fucking took my battery out of, or if it was just messed up on its own. But I haven't been able, like, I bought another battery and it's still messed up, like, so something's going on. They're not letting me put out my video art, which is, they should, like, I don't know what the problem is. So I'm at that place where I'm starting to not care about what they want me to do. And the boat launch is actually why I came here, because it's shady, and so I haven't been here for a minute. But so yeah, I was taking a crap on the shitter, and I videotaped it. I wasn't, videotaping my shit in there. I was just videotaping the front. You know what I mean? This top, nothing all crazy. But I know it sounds crazy, but dude, it was just like messing around. Like I wasn't like about to share it, but then people wanted to go through my stuff, and of course, people think it's funny. So yeah, and so that's what kind of where I'm at. Like, man, what the hell, these people. So that's kind of where I'm like, you know what, like I'm gonna be old, and it's not gonna matter really. Like, people want to put out your sex tape. It's like, whatever, dude. Like I'm not the only one that has a sex tape or whatever. So, oh man, the sun. So yeah, so that's kind of the metaphor that people, pretty much invasion of privacy. Like if I, as an artist, like if I put out an art piece, the thing is that presentation is very important, and how you present it is very important. You present it in a fucking backyard, and you present it in a gallery. It's two different things. So when they are checking out what my drawings are or whatever, and seeing my drawings unfinished, going through my hard drive or whatever, and then looking at my comic books that are not finished, and then they want to make ideas or stories of kind of like what they're messing around with. That's fucking up my livelihood, first of all, because that is not ready for viewing, and then once people see it, they don't need to see it again, especially when it's done, or buy it. Why would they buy it to see what I'm gonna create if somebody already put it out and shared it or whatever? And by putting these video blogs out, and then me not getting the views that are worthy of me making these taking my time and effort, and to put out this is part of my art too, like, so for them to not for them to pretty much what do you call that when they have it on the street, and they're selling it on the street. So they're taking money out of my pocket, or messing up my. So anyway, so that's kind of the situation with my art stuff. But So let me go back to 2012 area, and this is, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but I didn't have enough time to get specific. So this is all tough to talk about, but I'm gonna try. And some, yeah. So the fire people, right? Like, okay, so lately too, before I get into that, there've been a lot of busts, like Walgreens or whatever, I don't know where it was, but Chico got busted for like selling all these, having too much opioids and, you know, distributing it or whatever. Whether they get busted for it or not, I don't know. So that's one thing. Also, there's supposedly a crime thing that they busted a bunch of people, like locals and stuff, that have a bunch of guns and all this stuff, and, you know, drug dealer, like, you know, all the people, homeless people that have been invading Chico and everything for the last few years. And so their issue is that, you know, there's a lot of, you know, like cases, like, what do they call those? What do you call that? Stings, where they, you know, they go in and set shit up and then they'll tear it down. So that's all well and good, you know, like even with the weed thing, like that's all well and good. I just don't appreciate being included in that or whatever, you know, whatever. I don't know, like I'm not involved with that, but there's been some crazy stuff that's been going on that I've seemed to be around and kind of put in the place where either I'm involved or my son's involved or somebody's involved, like, and I don't want to be involved because, like, dude, I'm not making any money off of it, first of all, and I don't, why would I want the danger of that? Like, if I chose not to be involved in it because of the danger, like, you know, that's like, now I'm associated with that. You know, there's worse things to be associated with, but that's just dangerous, like, you know, so it's pretty messed up, you know, like we live in this new world where, you know, privacy is invaded without search warrants and all this stuff. So all they have to do is say I'm a threat to Homeland Security, and then they can do whatever they want. So this has been going on, and what's fucked up is it's been going on for so long that you know, I think about it, I'm like, man, these, you know, like this person said something, so anyway, so this guy Seward, like, I don't know why he felt the need to either defend me or try to take me out or whatever, you know, like there's more story that I don't know that's in Hollywood, you know, and I'll get into that. Supposedly there's some video, I don't know, this is all hearsay, but this is kind of what they keep threatening, saying a little shit here and there. Like at the last job that I was at GPI, they were like, they make little white power hints where they're like, you know, kind of military stuff where, you know, they pretty much, they fucking knocked me out, and who knows, put a fucking dildo in my ass. I don't know what they did, but I'm hoping that it's not some Deadpool shit where, you know, somebody with the thing, you know, did that. But they keep kind of going there where they want to, like, get into my head, and maybe it did happen. So I mean, people were talking about girl Rosa, and I guess these gay people in Chico, when I invited her to do an art show at Butte a long time ago, she never really did the drawing. There was like these videos of porn, you know, like I don't know what it was, I don't really want to watch it, it was gay porn, but it was like, because I wanted to go pick up the painting at her house, and she didn't have it done, but I guess there was a bunch of people there and all this stuff. So I don't know what was, I didn't really pay attention to it. But I kind of like that Rock movie where it's called Faster, where, you know, they have a video of him shooting the brother, and he goes to jail and he waits to get out and kills these people. So it's kind of like that, where, you know, these people in Hollywood went out on a limb and kind of put whatever story they want out there, but they kind of, so I'm thinking, like I said, this could be all hearsay in my head, but, you know, you know, this is like there was a day I actually missed. Like I remember one day in 42 Oak, like when my dad wasn't there, my mom wasn't there, and I was for like a year. I was just there by myself. I was working at Butte or something. I don't remember, but I was paying my bills and like I said, I was sad. You know, broke up with the girl I was with, and you know, just doing whatever. But there was a whole day that was. I remember waking up and being like, "What the fuck?" Like it was nighttime, and I was like, "What day is this?" You know, like thinking like it was like one of those. It was weird. So, and then after the fact, when some stuff happened, so there's a chance that something could have happened while I was sleeping, and they keep wanting to mention my friend Don, and you know, it's kind of weird because it was the guy that got busted for weed, and I seen him after, and he didn't really act too super weird or whatever, but he was kind of mentioning that, you know, he went off a little crazy, he was doing a bunch of drugs and blah blah blah. So I don't know what his issue was, but you know, like I said, you know, the get out of jail free card, I don't know if he was playing that card or what after the fact. So I don't know what his, but it was on TV and everything, so there was like a lot of issues. But I did have a dream, that fucking a gay dream, that I gave head to, you know, and it's just fucked up for me to say on the video, like, especially like, you know, but I gotta go there, and this is fucking some serious shit, you know, like, not even if it's just a head game, like, I refuse to like play this game, like, well, I'm playing it obviously, but really, like, am I bothered by it? No. Okay, this is why. Because, first of all, I'm not gay. Never been gay. Never have I done anything gay. Never would I ever give any fucking whatever fellatio or whatever to a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Am I secure with myself and my manhood and who I am? And no matter what happens, they can knock me out and fucking gangbang me for a week or whatever. Is that gonna fucking destroy me while I'm here on Earth? The reason is because I know that I'm just a body. This is just a body. Like, the real part of me, the most important part of me is my soul and what I'm doing here on my soul. That's why I'm not worried about getting old or, you know, all this stuff, money. Like, there's nothing that I'm here for for life, you know, to do what I'm supposed to do, which is interact with people, but also create something. I don't know why I feel the need to create art, but I just do. I do, and I like it. I mean, there's other things I love to experience, you know, like, you know, boating and mountain climbing and all this other shit, which is cool, but it feels a little more selfish than creating something that other people could help the world out. You know, like music helps. I feel can be used to help the world. So yeah, so these people came at me for this reason, and their excuses for, even if they just want to, like, you know, like kind of, you know, throw it at me while I'm trying to work and make money at these jobs. You know, they want to like harass me. Really, it's harassment, and I think it's racial harassment, really, like, because these guys, what it really is, it's like, how do you prevent a Martin Luther King? How do you prevent a Tupac? You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that? You have to use methods instead of killing them, or, you know, doing, you know, things that show that you're a bad guy. They need to do things that show that I'm a bad guy, so they have rights to be able to do this stuff. But they went overboard, so the world is, you know, seeing this stuff and knows that that's pretty messed up, no matter, you know. And then now, you know, as I go on, like, it's gonna show that, like, that the things that they're accusing me of is not close to what they're trying to say, and how is that gonna make them look, you know, as authority figures in the world? Like, okay, so the military has done this. You know, this is not something that I'm just making up and maybe it happened or maybe it didn't. Like, they've done this stuff, like when they did Ontario Bay or whatever that place is called, where they had the Muslim dudes and they were like getting them all naked and making them like lay on each other and do gay shit. This is military shit. So that's why I don't think it's gang shit or weed people shit. Like I'm pretty sure it's military, because the military people are also. And I'm not trying to say all military is bad, or all, you know, America's bad or whatever. Like white people were bad. It's not that, but it is. There's a group of these people that feel that they're running shit in the world, and they feel like they're the ones that need to use this force and violence against artists and people and activists to gain their positions and jobs and money and power. And they've been doing it. This is the beginning of time. It's just really high tech at this moment. So for them to try to shame me is something that they can do, because they did it so they could tell other people stuff, because they're not showing me nothing, and they're not, like, they're trying to just play mind games with me, but they're not, you know, openly attacking me or openly fighting with me. You know what I mean? I haven't thrown blows with anybody, and I haven't like had a gun pulled on me. I haven't had some prison shit done to me yet. So but that's what they're threatening me with. So they wanted me not to say whatever I gotta say, so that they can keep doing this and keep using it against me, like, you know, because the mental is just as real as the physical, if not more. Like, you can lose a battle, or you can lose before you even get into the physical. The mental is always first. So and I know they're gonna come at me more. And I'm not trying to speak this into existence, but the fight is, you know, first they laugh at you, then try to ridicule you, then they try to ignore you, and then they, you know, have to fight you. You know, then they try to hurt you, like Gandhi stuff, and then they lose. So we haven't got to that other stage, but, you know, they're kind of antsy about it. So but the thing is, like, I've been put in situations where, at work and different jobs or whatever, where things have tried to, you know, I've been put in situations where I'm supposed to get hurt, and I didn't. You know, like, miracle stuff happened, and I was protected. And so that's why they're calling me devil guy or whatever, because they don't believe God's with me, and they believe they're with God, but, you know, like, really, like, they're doing all the deceitful stuff, and, you know, they can go and put a video camera in my room and say all this bad stuff. But yeah, you know, like, I'm totally fine with being held accountable for whatever I do or done or whatever. But are they? You know what I mean? Kind of like the Avengers movie where they're like, are you? So anyway, what was it? So yeah, so supposedly, you know, they made a video and they sent it to people, whether it's real or not. And then afterwards, and it's kind of fucked up, because if people know about it, and people that I know, like, people want to, like, eat ice creams in front of me, or, you know, lollipops or whatever, if I can. And it's like, are you fucking with me, or are you trying to say that that's why they're not throwing me in prison, because, you know, there's an investigation or whatever? So you kind of understand where I'm at. And this is all kind of new stuff. I didn't know anything about this. It wasn't on my radar, but I didn't think about it. But it's kind of stuff that's been thrown at me. And like I said, I'm not gay. I've never been gay. Never will I be gay. Not that I hate gay people, and not that I think gay people are wrong. You know, I know a lot of Christian people are going to be like, oh, he's not Christian. It doesn't matter what these people. There's a lot of people that believe they're Christian, and they're, like, cool with bombing whole countries and killing, like, kids and all this stuff, and they're, like, rooting for all that stuff. So no, I'm not those kind of people where, you know, I think it's okay to hang gay people or whatever. You know, like, I'm not God, first of all, and I'm not Jesus. And, you know, if you ever read the Bible, it doesn't go there. You know, so whether people were born gay or not, I don't know. You know, it goes into some parts of it, talking in the Bible, but it doesn't really go into it that something. I don't know. It does. There's a few things in it, so I don't know. But at the same time, you know, there's some people that I think are just born gay. Like, I really do. Like, they're just that way, like, from the beginning. So I don't know. And I don't think they should be self-hateful of themselves or try to, like, think there's demons in them or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's so many different, like, situations that who knows. So that's the situation I'm in and my viewpoint. But particularly, no, I've never ever had another gay dream. So what I'm thinking is what happened is that they might have, like, used, like, what do you call it, hypnosis, like that movie Get Out, and maybe to question me, kind of like that movie Kill Bill, where they have this truth serum. And so that's why I think it's military, is because they, like, you know, maybe had access to this stuff, or I don't know what their idea was. So but it doesn't matter, because hypnosis, like I said, like terror, wouldn't they use that on everybody? Like, if they really wanted to, like, if it really worked and all this stuff like that, wouldn't they be able to, because the subconscious is pretty messy, like, and I feel like, because they got, like, astral projections and stuff, and I do believe that people can do this stuff. I really do. Like, I like telepathy, and, like, I do believe people have, like, some gifts. I have my own gifts. Like, I just watched The Shining and stuff like that. Like, in that movie, it's pretty heavy. But I'm gonna get into that in the next video about, like, some weird stuff that happened to me, that's been happening or whatever here. Not really like supernatural, where it's like, oh my God, you know, like, but some serious stuff, like some stuff, you know. And this is also why I feel they keep calling me, you know, whatever, testing me out or whatever. So, and this comes from the Native American stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you know, doing the rain dance and all the stuff, you know, stuff that, like I said, is science, but we just haven't got to there yet. And as the frequencies change on the earth, it's gonna affect us, you know. And like the weather's changing, there's a reason why the weather's changing. And they know, you know, the people that are in charge or whatever, they know something's changing. Scientists know, everybody knows, but because you can see it, you can look out your window and feel it and see it and document it and kind of say, oh, you know, something's happening. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm on, you know what I mean? I've been on that vibe, and that's kind of, you know, I don't know why it's a threat, but it seems to be something where, but everybody's on that vibe. There's, like, all these people, like, and what's messed up about it is the Hitler thing, because they've been all about it for the whole time. So, like, you know, it goes deep into World War I and all this stuff. Like, goes deep into when the white people came to the Americas or whatever, to this continent. There was a lot of that whole crusades, you know, like, a lot of stuff. So, and that was kind of what I was learning about. And so, you know, whether it's an awakening or whether it's just like history that, you know, that's, they're not sure what it means. You know, that's whether, it's kind of like whether you believe there's a God or not. Do you believe that there's angels and devils? You know, do you believe, like, there's one thing that, like, I'm not sure about the ancestors and all this stuff, like, if there's people on earth that, like, have a say-so, like people that are dead that have a say-so. I don't know if I believe that, but I do believe in angels and devils, like, but you know, like the Bible says, they're in another dimension, you know, and, like, kind of broke that barrier with the rainbow, and, like, so there's a lot of metaphors that ring true to people, but they're biblical based. And so, and, you know, people wonder what my beliefs are and all stuff like that, and it's because, you know, my beliefs are not I don't have to cater my beliefs to your beliefs, because I've done enough research that I keep learning about this stuff. And these people that are like, oh, condemning Christians, they want to be like condemning everybody. They haven't even studied, and when they do study, they want to take things out of context. Like this dude was talking about cutting hair. It's like, long hair or not? Did Samson have long hair or not? And then the other one was yeah, okay, I don't know if I forgot what I was gonna say, but I can go. That's the Bible stuff is like way deep, but yeah, you know, during the flood, you know, when the giants came, or the angels were having sex with women, human women, they were able to, you know, have these giants, and it kind of goes along with the hieroglyphics and all these like big giant people. So who knows? And the dinosaurs and all this stuff. So there's like some evidence that there was some other species that were here before us. And so anyways, but that's like going off into tangent. So that's kind of why I believe people were interested in my story or whatever, more than just the actual accusations that they're talking about. But the accusations are, you know, damning and relevant to my situation of all these brainwashed people or whatever, you know, like it's dangerous, you know, when people, if the Nazi people believe like, you know, their Native American ancestor powers are here, then they might like, they want to attack you and try to stop that. And so that's kind of what's going on. But then, you know, whether they believe in, if they believed in God, they wouldn't be so hateful. So really, that's where they're coming from. And the people on meth, I believe, is a gateway for demons to come through them. And that's, whether it's whatever, like the brain, or I don't know how that works, but something's wrong with them, with people that do meth. And that's what's a little bit more scary to me, if I felt fear, because they're, you know, because it's otherworldly, you know what I mean? It's not just a human being that has their brain. It's you know, the people that are that can be controlled by bad entities, and in my belief. And so when people like do like conjuring, or like do like this weird stuff, because there's a lot of people that want to be witches, Harry Potter thing, they want to be Harry Potter, and so these hipsters and Wiccans and like New Age people, like and that's what I met in Chico, and you know, and whether they're, you know, white witches or whatever, you know, I don't know, but I don't want to condemn, you know, whether you're like whatever culture you're from or whatever, however you do those rituals. And I don't believe all rituals are bad. Like, I know, like the Native Americans, they're like, oh, you know, they're devil worshippers or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, like it could get to that place where they don't even know what they're doing. They're just doing it because they believe that's tradition. Or it could be something, I don't understand the language, so I don't understand what they're really saying or doing and whatever. But I do go by emotion and feeling, and like kind of, you know, discern it for myself. I'm not partaking, but I do. There's a lot of stuff in the world that, you know, who knows. But my personal belief in talking to the dead or whatever, I don't believe that that the dead are walking around or in a place where they are able to talk to you. I do believe those are probably other entities that that people are conjuring. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. If there's some hearsay on that, because this war is spiritual. I'm fighting my own spiritual war, so I'm like, you know, I'm doing my own thing. But like, if God gifted me some duties to do on this earth, I'm trying to do them. But I know I'm not trying to be God or perfect, so I keep saying that because it's so important, like for people to like that want to judge me or whatever. You know, I'm a human being, like I'm a man, and that's another thing I need to talk about too. But as far as being, because we live in this time and this place where, you know, men are very attacked, you know, at the moment, and I think men's sexuality and masculinity is being misunderstood, with this Me Too movement. You know, whether high up or, you know, like I don't know. I'm not gonna try to say, hey, you know, this is right and this is wrong. You know, especially for women. But you know, in my personal experiences, like I'm gonna have to go there and say, hey, this happened and this happened. And when I think about it and have to talk about it, like people somehow, I don't want to take anything away, and that's part of what I wanted to say, because I don't. The reason that it's been tough to talk about is because not just because of public opinion and all this propaganda that's been putting out. Like seriously, like I'm in this place. The reason that I'm stuck in this place is that the mass media has been putting out all this propaganda. Every time I want to come out and talk about some stuff, like they're fucking putting out some fucking Bill Cosby or some fucking Jared from Subway and all stuff that, you know, that's not me. But people kind of got some accusations there, so it gives people like some ammunition to fire at me while I can't speak. They're able to like attack me and get public opinion against me and turn my own family against me and everything. So it's been pretty bad, like for years already. So since I was in Cohasset, this is when I noticed it. But you know, they've been getting a lot of stuff on me since I've been in 42 that I know of. And this is why I talk about Seward, is because it seems like he was active in that situation, whether he was for me or against me. Like there was a lot of things he said that were nice, but some of the actions that he took were very questionable. Not only questionable, but damning, and there was times where, you know, I'm pretty sure he switched up. You know, like he was trying to be part of the group and go at me, and that, you know, a lot of people did, and that's the thing is, you know, I have to talk about it, because whether people feel that it's over, or, oh, you know, hey, you know, let's make amends or whatever, it's really just like, what I feel is like they're attacking my core being of who I am, like on this earth, and, you know, trying to take away everything that I can do on this earth by leaving this stuff open and thinking that I'm actually a really bad person. And so whether it was fake or real, like I have to talk about it. So this whole being gay thing, I really want to put to rest, because dude, like that did not happen. And if anybody has video or saw this or whatever, not only do I feel that, yeah, they should be charged and you know, held accountable for whether, if they really did it, or, you know, or whether, even if it's fake, like that was still really damning to my character and ability to get money and all this stuff, to make a livelihood, you know what I mean? Like people thinking all this worst about me, and you know, same thing with being a drug addict, you know, like these guys try to make me into a coke addict or whatever they wanted to do, and it just wasn't true. Same thing with the sex addict, like these guys going at me, like they really went at me, and they got me to a place where, you know, I'm not even able to get a job. So this is where I'm at. This is where they wanted me at, but really, this is not gonna go in their favor. And in reality, they know it. So they knew it. They were like, "Oh, this is," you know, you hear little things that people say, and they're like, "Oh, that case," you know, like they know. You know, they don't want me to. They want to act like it never happened, so that they can not be held accountable for some really fucked up shit that they did. And it reminds me of like you know, this fake patriotic thing of white pride that they want to, like, you know, keep somebody down and hang people, you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of, whether they think I'm like anti-American or whatever, that's messed up, dude. Like, no, I'm American, but I want my freedom. Like, I want, as a brown person, as a human being, like, I want equal amount of freedom, you know. I don't feel like I should have to work in the fields to make a living. I don't have to be the Mexican that they want me to be because they're threatened by some Mexican being better with more intelligent or good looking or leader or whatever. All the stuff that I'm able to do, they can't do, and so they want to try to demean me so that I don't accomplish my full potential, because I'm not bowing down and I'm not saying white people are the best. And that's really what it comes down to. So they've gotten all these people against me and to say these things that to destroy my character, and these people, that friends or family that actually were paid to do it or got a get out of jail free card to do it or whatever, you know. All these people, there was a lot of people, you know, whatever their reasons are, like, they're tagging people that they're using these people that are not smart, dude. Like I love my mom and everything, and she's smart in her own way, but like telling her all this stuff and getting her involved in the situation and all this stuff, like thinking like I was like singing some Bob Marley song, Josh. She's like, oh, and there's things that only other people know, like, you know, being involved in the circle, like whatever, there's this fake circle. They want to be like, oh, she's like, oh, you're questioning if I believe in God or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever. So if you see these things that are happening that are like miracles or whatever you see, man, I'm protected not by evil, but by love, and it's my toughest fight has been trying to stay into that in my best I can. So that's kind of where I'm at with my situation. I'm gonna do this video, and then I'm gonna make this next one. I gotta turn on my truck so that I get some energy. So I'm gonna go into some specifics. I know I was gonna do that in this video, but I just can't stop myself from ranting. So yeah.